Once a year,
I think we have to.
And many more are coming together at one place in Pakistan. They come from Gilgit to Gwalia, from Waziristan to Wagah border. They are women and men, they are young and old, they are tall and small, they are friends and yet a family, or more precise.
Freedom Gate Pakistan is a wonderful platform of all IAF alumni in Pakistan.
Thank you, Jami. Jami Chandio, by the way, is one of those Pakistanis who attended the International Academy for Leadership, IAF, in Gummersbach, Germany, and thus became a Freedom Gator. Inspired by the Friedrich Naumann Foundation for Freedom's own training center, he even modeled his own organization after the IAF. Now he has volunteered to moderate a session at the panel discussion during the alumni meeting. Many more interactions were due to follow, all of them very interactive, as a variety of moderation techniques was utilized. Open space technology, for example, is the freest of all of them. Everybody talks about his or her topic and can bring his or her point forward.
And I'm coming here for the first time, and it was an amazing experience, and we learned a lot from old Freedom Gators, and we are very excited about the election that's coming up next year or the year after that.
The alumni meeting has a lot of points, but serves as a comma, as a break, to breathe and to think for a moment. Thereby, this get-together does not do a full stop at the routes and courses, but Freedom Gators are looking jointly ahead for liberal solutions to bring this country forward.
That was a very good idea. I think that is the focal point that how we...
That is the point, yes. Is point.
Elections and inter-party democracy were the focal issues the discussions turned around. Many challenges were identified and could be brought forward.
So you see, when democracy becomes widespread, these concerns are automatically addressed.
The political parties as organizations are made to disclose through statements that what are their sources of income and what are their major expenditures, then that can also help.
They have to give greater representation to minorities, even in their own hierarchy. There is hardly any mainstream political party which has a president or a vice president or a vice chairman or secretary general who is from minority.
I must say that I really enjoyed this experience because we had a lot of different sort of people here, and they discussed a lot of diverse ideas, and the pool of collective knowledge that I gathered in just 2 days, that's really awesome for me.
Fishbowl is yet another moderation technique where panelists are sitting in the middle of the circle and the surrounding audience has always the possibility to join them by sitting on one of their 2 empty chairs of this inner circle. Who has asked his question or made his statement leaves again and gives way for the next input from the outer circle. Thus, equality is guaranteed, and this pressure situation brings vivid discussions and a lot of fun too. Everybody can bring his concern forward. As right to information, shortly RTI, is the oxygen for democracy, the Freedom Gators are pretty much working on it, but also using it. Consequently, it also came up during this fishbowl session.
Alright, FOI, my friends, is something which I mentioned. Roland always gives a very good example. He says, imagine you have a cook in your house, he makes some horrible food, you've given him money, and at the end of the week you ask him, "Yaar, paise ka kya hua? Why am I getting such horrible food?" And he tells you to go to hell. Who are you to ask? And this is what's happening in Pakistan, where we the taxpayers pay and we get pathetic service, and when we go and ask, where's the money gone? The bureaucrat or whoever says, go to hell. Who are you? Tum kaun ho? So FOI is a law that's all over the world, or it's growing more and more.
India has a very strong ordinance, and that is what we should have.
Fishbowl was not only aiming at high-level discussions, but also to familiarize with this wonderful moderation technique.
I was personally very much inspired to see the level of enthusiasm, the level of will and inspiration among all the participants. I think this year as well, we had a wonderful opportunity of meeting, of interaction, of sharing our thoughts, of making commitments together. So I think Freedom Gate Pakistan is a wonderful platform of all IAF alumni in Pakistan.
So it's an inspirational, informative, learning, interesting and fun learning experience.
All the things were very good, but particularly the World Cafe.
In the famous World Cafe, groups rotating from table to table build on other groups' results and level them up with a new round of exchange. The respective table hosts present the results of the table thereafter. So everybody contributes as member of a small group and everybody profits from the presentation. All in all, it is a very interactive and it is a very informative alike.
Attending FGP is always a very wonderful experience. As compared to last year, it was a much subdued affair this time. But still, I think so, gradually with time, we are getting a more focused approach. And it is always learning and always pleasure to interact with other liberal friends around the country.
It's a lot of learning process also.
So goodbye and see you next year with pleasure.